Okay, what I'm showing here is the client server that's running, that's behind the bunny farm. So the bunny farm will be displaying the data and being the configuration screens for this system here. And so we have as a client that is reading devices like this, which are really, really neat. And it's each client could have any number of these. And the server, which is running here, it's running on the same system because I'm demoing it, but it's not supposed to. The server can have any number of these clients. And so the idea here is the server can't have any database I/O or any sockets or any handles resources whatsoever. So it has to use a server to proxy all of that. And so what I did was I took all the libraries that are in the server and I moved them over here into PHP. And it's here as a Zend module in PHP, and I'm calling it Grange. And Grange is basically a barn or a place to store things. And where I got the name was I was actually at a Zen retreat at the Zen Center on the solstice on last month. And that's where the topic came up, and I thought it would be a great name for this. It was Ingen and Soka Chi were the teachers there. They're great. Anyway, so this shows what this does. So all it does is call the same libraries that this is. So this is super simple. I only did it in a couple days, but I thought I would show you because this will. It's right now it can replace. It will replace the PECL memcache Zend module that I'm currently using. And it also replaces the database I/O that I'm using in Drupal itself. And it can be used for generic storage or processing of anything, basically like a big barn. Just put anything in there, grab it, whatever. And so that's what this is. And so here's like the memcache features. So you can use your typical, use a key. I'm using pretty verbose right now, but this is making for easy to show. And so you can get the items obviously just the same as you would in memcache. You can also set items here, and you can also then get them asynchronously. Since you don't have any resources, you're not doing anything, you're just passing messages back and forth. So you can do things like this really easily. And then you could do the same thing with mysql, which is nice because you can launch your requests. Like in my case, I may need to do 100 of these requests all simultaneously and then come back and get the results. And it would be really nice to do that in parallel because once this is launched off, it goes into a multi-threaded server application. So PHP itself isn't multi-threaded, but the server is. And so based on how many threads your server has, you can do this pretty quick. So that's what this is for. And then you get this over here. And so you can do this like sequential reads. You open up your database, and you're not opening anything. You're just passing messages here. And so you can then do the same thing here, get asynchronously, and just do all that. And also, I can just call any of my objects now that are running here and just call it directly. And don't even need to pass a message if I want. But this isn't asynchronous, obviously. But I could do that. And so if we just there it is. So you can see it down there. Pink. So that shows that. And so that's the idea there. And so eventually, the whole goal here is to put the bunny farm itself into C because it can, it's just a framework and table driven. So then I can then start to get rid of PHP and Drupal altogether and then jQuery. So it's gone. Poof, poof. That's the idea. So I'll be open sourcing like the client here soon, the code that runs all of this stuff, because I can interface with any sensors out there whatsoever. And support a billion of them, and with real-time controls and everything, because that's what my software does. And so anyway, that's I'll be doing here in the next couple days. I'll be releasing everything soon. Bye.